Hi, I'm Adriana Lopez with Pica Pica Maize Kitchen. What are we up to today? We're after my favorite ingredient, plantains. Simplest that there is, one ingredient, tons of different stages, hundreds of different recipes. So where can you find it? In the Mission, pretty much anywhere. 16th and Valencia, in the Mission, on Mission Street. A lot of Central American, Latin American markets, they always have it. Right next to the bananas. A lot of people don't know how to shop for plantains. So before we dig into the recipe, let's see how you do it. You have green plantains. You have in-between plantains. We call it pinton in Spanish, in Venezuela. And then you have maduro, or very ripe. Most people will actually look at this and probably throw it away because it kind of looks done for. All right, so plantains are they're of the same family as bananas. Now the difference between bananas and plantains, bananas have more sugar, plantains have more starch, and that's why you have to actually cook the plantains before you eat it. You cannot eat these raw. So let's see how we can make plantains in different ways. First, let's start with green plantains, and we're gonna make tostones. So you cut the edges off. It's actually, this I would say is one of the messiest ones. If you ever done anything with green ingredients like mangoes or papaya, they're actually kind of hard to deal with, and your hands are gonna turn black. But you know, that's kind of part of the course. So you peel the plantain like you would a banana. Sometimes people drop it in hot water for a couple minutes just to make this process easier, but I think that it's really not necessary. This is a beautiful plantain, you can see. It's just perfect. So what you do, very simple. You slice it in about 2 inch thick slices. Right. Then you're gonna do that. And then we're gonna drop it in the fryer. Make sure you have a hot pan with oil. And then you just cook them the first time. Tostones, they're fried twice. So the first time you cook them this way, then once they're golden, you're gonna take a plate or you're gonna take a dish or something that you can smash them with, and then you go completely smashed. This is what a tostone is. So you can make this, and you can make this part ahead of time, and you can actually just keep them in the refrigerator if you may, but usually it's better to just make them all straight in one go. So tostones are very typical from the Caribbean. You find them a lot in Cuba and in Dominican Republic, in Venezuela. But in Venezuela, mostly closer to the water than you do the mountains. And I'm gonna do something that not everybody does, but I think this will give a lot of flavor to the plantain. Essentially, we're gonna dip the first smashed plantains into a mixture of garlic, vinegar, and water. And you quickly dip them so they can get a little bit of flavor. And then you double fry them. All right, so you can see how it's just perfectly golden yellow. You just take it out and you just put it over some paper so some of the oil comes off. And you do the same process again, over and over until you're done with your plantains. So when you're gonna serve them, you just sprinkle a little bit of salt over your plantains. Voila, that's it. And that people will die for, to eat these tostones. And it is so simple, really. Take el plátano pintón, which is the one that it's in the middle. It's not too green, it's not too ripe. It's called pintón. So what we did with this one is we just boiled it. It's very simple. So you take it, you take the plantain, you drop it in salt water for about 30 minutes, 20-30 minutes until the skin is really soft. It's okay if it's even cracked. And then you take it out of the water and you serve it very hot. The reason you don't want to boil it without the skin is because it will lose a little bit of its shape. It's very easy with the water, boiled water, to peel the banana, the plantain. This is particularly good for people obviously following a diet or diabetics. You just have a very, it's not too starchy, it's not too sweet, it's kind of in the middle. It's perfect ripeness, and you just eat it with a little bit of salt and butter or cheese or just like that. Now let's go to the last plantain, which is when you think that there's no way you can buy something that looks so gross. It's black, sometimes it's even blacker, and it has like mold. Doesn't mean that it's bad. What it means is that it's actually really ripe on the inside. So most of the starch is now sugar. So it's sweet plantains. What do we do with this? Tajadas is just every day at home. People just, you cut them up and you fry them, and then you just eat them sweet. Then you can use those tajadas as a base for other things. At Pica Pica, we serve sweet plantain cake. And what you do is that you take those plantains that I'm going to cook right now with sugar cane, cheese, you beat some eggs, you put it in the oven, and it can be served as a really amazing dish that will offset some savory things like the shredded meat, or you can serve it as a dessert. So you always begin by cutting the ends off the plantain, and you always cut it lengthwise like this, and you just open it. And you see, although it looks really black and definitely done for on the outside, it is a good plantain. So for the tajadas, you just cut them lengthwise like this. And it is a lot softer than any of the other two, of course, so you have to be careful that you don't mash them up. All right, so they are most definitely ready. And you have to be careful when you take these guys out because they are so soft and delicious. You see the goldness? That's just the sugar. It looks like a molasses, pretty much. So the blacker the plantain, the sweeter it is, and the blacker it will come out of the fryer. And they are served usually with a little bit of cheese or not. I like them with a little bit of cheese. So here you have plantains 3 ways. And as I said, you can really experiment with this dish. If it's something that interests you, I am happy to look into it and walk you through many more of these recipes. But essentially what I just wanted to show you today is that with one ingredient, different stages, you can get a lot of different dishes. And do not be scared of buying plantains. If it's too green or too ripe, there's something that you can do with it. Do not refrigerate it, always keep it out in the fresh air, just so that it can ripen naturally. Again, if there are any questions, any comments, let me know. If there are any recipes you want me to explore, check us out. Again, we're going to be coming back with more recipes and things that hopefully you'll find interest in. Subscribe to the blog. Follow us on Facebook. We have a lot of things going on all the time, and hopefully you'll enjoy eating at Pica Pica. We have plantains in Napa and in San Francisco, Oxbow Public Market in Napa, and 15th and Valencia in San Francisco. Hope to see you soon.